small American town 15 years ago.
Hey dudes and dudettes, this is Will over at Castle Disasters 2016 Halloween Hell Show. We're going to be talking tonight again about famous horror host personalities on TV, internet, and general cinema. And tonight is a big one. I love this guy so much. He really, if I was going to be a horror host, this is who I would be, definitely, because just his style and demeanor is just so dry, and he's a very charismatic dude. But extraordinarily smart and extraordinarily just a good guy. He looks like somebody that you just want to sit down and have a beer or coffee with and just listen. Even though he's just a superb interviewer, or was. And that guy's name is Bob Wilkins. Now if you're from the Bay Area, Oakland, Sacramento, Stockton, really over on the West Coast, there's a good chance you probably are familiar with him. If you're my age, you probably might be, maybe a little bit older than me, you would definitely know who he is, because he routinely, in the ratings, beat out Saturday Night Live. Not because of what the program was, but because people tuned in because they generally love the guy. You know, he started off in the 60s, working for a small cable, Channel 3, which it might not mean anything to about 99% of you, but maybe to that 1% out there to be like, oh yeah, I remember that. KCRA in Stockton, so really gave him a first break. He didn't have any experience and he just kind of came and did it. KTVU from 1971 to 1979 is where he wrote, produced, and starred in the iconic Creature feature.
Can you feature that awful creature? Can you feature that ugly creature? Creature features and feature features about creatures. Creature features. Now the strangest thing about this show on tune is its host, Bob Wilkins, and he brings it to you. Creature features, and more creatures, and more features.
Which is everything. I mean, Creature features is an amazing thing. And here's the weird thing is John Wilkins generally didn't like movies of the horror genre. Like, he just kind of rode with it.
Bob Wilkins here. What you just saw was scenes from an old Creature feature show. Oh, I don't know how far back it went. I tried to forget all those movies and shows when I left Channel 2 years ago.
He would kind of make fun of the film, but he would also tell viewers to go watch something else. He said, you don't want to watch this movie. This movie is total crap. You know, he had a very good style about him. I mean, whether the way he was dressed, actually smoking a cigar on TV, very well connected with Hollywood, but not connected in a way where he was kissing their butt. He would just, hey, you know, he's just an interesting guy, and I think a lot of people were interested in him just because the whole country just loved him. When that station was bought by a superstar cable network, the whole nation did, and it routinely beat out Saturday Night Live.
I'm Bob Wilkins, and I used to host a Creature feature movie here way back in 1971. And in 79, I sort of walked away from it all. And people have called the switchboard and said, why did Bob leave? And here's two reasons why I left.
The incredible two-headed transplant. A massive two-headed man monster. Threatening the most intimate terror any woman ever felt. Every woman his victim.
And he just kind of got tired of, you know, having, even though he's hugely successful at it, it's just he didn't want to be known as the guy on Creature Features. That's kind of what he ended up being. And he went away and went back out into that field of advertising. Because even though that he was one of the biggest stars at the time doing creature features, he still was a very loyal husband, really involved with his kids. You know, I mean, the guy was a baseball coach for his son growing up. I mean, just a fantastic individual. So another cool topic on this one is he actually was the main driver to bring Japanese anime to the United States for kids, because he was on vacation in Hawaii and saw all the kids in Hawaii flipping out over these Japanese cartoons. Well, it didn't really have a great way to get over to the Bay Area, so he introduced it by coming up with a show called Captain Cosmic. And right when Captain Cosmic came out, so did Star Wars. So it really kind of springboarded a huge wave of new entertainment with Japanese animation that we know today. He was also huge into Star Trek and had those guys on routinely. Just all around, just a cool guy. He would be the guy that you would want to hang out with. And his dry wit and funny sense of humor and great ways of capturing an audience, and then, you know, just like any other horror host that's worth their salt, is you generally don't watch the movies, you watch them and their kind of take on the different scenes and his interview process with different actors and directors. And that's what makes these people such great horror hosts. And that's what really captures, you know, the attention of millions of people who generally don't like horror movies, which is why I am so fascinated with horror hosts. So that's my 2 cents on Bob Wilkins. Unfortunately, he passed away in 2009 from complications from Alzheimer's disease. It's a horrific disease. Can't wait till we stop the nuts out of that disease, because it is so unfair. Brilliant mind, wonderful guy, and I wish I knew about him earlier, you know. But we live in a great age where you can watch these, you know, in 2008. So on YouTube, you can actually watch full-length movies with him hosting it. Now it's really a great thing that people have uploaded. So you can go back and relive some of those days in the 70s when you had 4 channels and 2 of them were sports and the other one was Saturday Night Live, and then you got creature features. I'm thinking that was probably what the programming was back in 1974. Could be wrong. I don't know. 77. When was SNL like huge? Doesn't matter. Well, guys, I'm Will with Casserole Disaster. Thank you guys for coming along this ride. We've got 5 more awesome people, and man, Halloween's whittling down to the end, and all systems go. So, love you guys. Be well. See you later tonight.
I'm going to say goodbye now for a long goodbye. Okay, I want to thank you fans again for supporting this thing through the years. Anybody that would watch Attack of the Mushroom People and Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, well, how can you thank people like that, you know? Okay, we're going to say stay tuned for all night movies right here on TV 40, and we'll see you again maybe sometime, maybe the Greyhound bus station.